So I'm in Mussomeli. I'm doing video of the houses of €1. I'm actually looking at other real estate as well. This is a property that has been empty for about 15 years, and it's got 2 bedrooms from what I can tell up here. 1, 2. And then downstairs is a bedroom, no, sorry, a living room, a bedroom, and a bathroom. So it's on the regular market, not on the €1 home market. But it's very interesting, I like it. It's in the historical portion of town.
As you can see, we're doing a property tour of the Superior Market in Mussomeli, Sicily. Just a quick video review of the last video I did of the €1 homes. If you're interested, go ahead and check out the video that'll be in the corner in that link right there. Anyway, this was a very fun experience comparing €1 homes with the Superior regular real estate market. And so if anyone's looking for property, go ahead and check it all out. There's new properties all the time, and there's quite a number of properties available, so the deals are great. Anyway, so we're going to get started with the Superior Market here in a second. Just this video is being made on the cusp of 100 subscribers to my channel, so big thanks to you all that have already subscribed. But if you haven't yet and you want to be that number 100, please do so, and I will celebrate in your honor. Anyway, so until then, without further ado, here are the properties. So we're going to take our first look at the Superior Market homes. This house actually has 3 addresses, but it was one property. Upon entering, you find a stairway leading to a living room that has a bed in it, but I would use it as a living room if it was me. Next to the living room, you can see a small storage area, a very small hobbit-sized door. And maybe you could remodel that into a bathroom if you chose, because on that side right there, you're going to be entering into our first bedroom. This bedroom it has its own balcony area. It's a pretty spacious bedroom. Back through the living room and up the stairs here for a second. Now, this house is actually on 3 levels. It has a basement. We just saw the first floor, and we're going up to that second floor, which has a dining room on the left. As we enter, we see there's a dining room table. There's actually a laundry and also a small refrigerator. That room to the left was a kitchen. We'll come back to it. We're going to take a look right outside to get a glance of what the architecture surrounding this property is. Just looking out over top of the street of entry, you can see the construction is kind of a stone, that old castle style in the movies look. Here's our first look at the bathroom, bathtub, sink, and toilet. Back through the dining room. Here's the kitchen in all its glory. It needs a pretty good remodel. It looks like there was a small storage space over top of the stairway as well. I didn't get a good peek at that. Entering the bedroom here.
Vedo che hai tanti chiavi. Ci sono tante case sul mercato adesso.
Here they said there were about 200 properties that they had keys for, and so the market has quite a number of options. Back down the stairs, and we're going to take a look here again at the living room just for fun, and then we're going to go out and look at the basement area. It's more of a cellar. In Italian, we call this a cantina. It has the storage. That bin is a water storage tank that from back in the day. You could turn this into whatever you want. You do need to ask permission to make it a habitable space, but you can use it for storage or whatever. But the only entry to it is an external door. I think it's about time we move on to property number 2. This was yet another pretty impressive property when comparing it to the €1 home market. You'll notice that this is actually the property that I introed at the start of this video. It has some interesting characteristics. 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, and we're going to tour through it really fast. Heading down the stairs, we're going to find access to our kitchen. You can see it's been pretty neglected. There has been a fire in the corner and it's got a lot of clutter. They actually did apologize to me for the clutter in the house. I mean, as far as it goes, the real estate agents are not responsible for cleaning the property, and that's one of the reasons why it's actually had a really good price tag. If you're interested in the price, go ahead and contact the real estate agents directly and they will work with you. But I was definitely surprised by the total.
Quanti anni che non abitano qua?
Ormai almeno più di 15 anni.
15 years no one lives here.
And one last trip back up the stairs. You didn't get a very good shot of this bedroom initially, but this is the second bedroom upstairs.
Ecco il bagno. Here's the bathroom.
We did have a bit of trouble locating the bathroom because I was rushing through this property, but we did find it behind the bedroom on the main floor. One quick look at the street that this house was found on, just to give you a good feeling of what culture you'll be living in. One of the great benefits of buying a property in Mussomeli, for example, is experiencing the ancient culture. Just look around, you can see these properties were built hundreds of years ago, and they actually, just from top to bottom, have such a medieval aspect. It's time to move on to our third property on the list.
This is one of the regular market properties on Via Tommasino di Bartolo, and they're showing it to me. It's more than 250 square meters. It's got a garage on the main floor.
This property extends from the corner all the way until that back edge of the building.
Oh, okay. They're grande.
Actually skipped over the stairway entry, but we moved right into an office space and then a living room space. Followed on the right hand side, you can see a bedroom.
Questo è il mercato normale, ha detto, il superiore.
This property is so big, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time describing it, but you can see it does need repair, but nothing extreme, nothing structural as far as I could see.
So this is one of the larger homes that I will see today. It is on the regular real estate market. The price is negotiable. Apparently, they've asked me not to share the price. If you want, you can contact me for their information. But that's a pretty decent view from this point. It's blocked a little bit by this property.
It's not the best view I saw on my trip to Mussomeli, but it is pretty extraordinary.
Has an interesting style, like 1970s tile. Someone's office. Bedroom.
All right, this skipped back down to the main floor. There was a room I didn't enter, if you remember.
What's behind door number 3?
Here behind this door, there's actually a stairway and the kitchen that was kind of hidden, tucked back in the corner. The stairway goes down into the garage access, and there's actually another door access on the street we passed by initially.
Access to the garage. Definitely huge.
Our fourth property is probably the bigger project, or the biggest project that I saw, at least on the Superior Market.
Strutturali di ripresa dei solai e
You can see as you enter the building, there are very large rooms. A few years back, a construction company or someone decided they would redo the flooring and of every level of the property. And actually, that's a great thing because most of the time, back in the day, the floors were supported by rustic wood logs instead of cement and steel. So having this done already for you gives you a great start to add whatever you want, assuming you're willing to tackle a job like this. There is a really nice view from this window itself, but there was actually an upper balcony that I was not able to reach. The reason I saw this property is I specifically asked for properties with a good view, a very nice view of the valley. There's the entrance to that balcony. There was a stairway here. They were going to move it, and they just never finished that project.
Ok, questo è bello anche.
And so this one has the best view, but it also has the biggest renovation budget. If you're not familiar with brick and mortar construction, this is how they mix old construction and new construction. This is a view of the backside of the property, but the bottom floor is actually not part of the property. It's another property. Okay, so unfortunately my microphone was not working, so you won't have any commentary from Mussomeli itself. This is property number 5, and you're going to see the garage first. It's actually pretty large, the whole bottom section of this very large property. That tank right there holds water when the water is shut off, and I'll explain that here in a minute. Going up above that garage, you find a living room. They're basically a group of 4 rooms that are all interconnected. As I enter this second room, you can see that big furniture is blocking one of the doors, so they didn't use it often. The ceiling is high, about 3 meters, and there's already a pretty good view of the valley from this first floor. Under the stairs, there's a small closet. This room was damaged due to water from the kitchen above. Apparently someone left the faucet on, or it broke, and nobody was there to shut it off for a period of time, so there is some maintenance to do here. Entering on the left, there is somewhat of a could be a bedroom, whatever you want, but here there's an access to the attic space, and you're going to see from the attic that they have wood beam construction with wood paneling over top, and on top of that, most likely terracotta tile. Very interesting construction. You can even access the roof from that small skylight. Moving on, we enter the kitchen and don't really see any signs of water damage because it was all underneath the cabinet in the corner, but it definitely needs an update. Behind the kitchen itself, we find a bathroom from the 1960s that is also screaming, "Help me." But that's what you're here for. I love this balcony view. As you exit the kitchen onto that terrace, first you can see a property from €1 that was under construction right below, on top of which are 2 water tanks that are very common. You can see them all over the place, and I'll explain in a second. But this valley, this view of the valley is one of the best that I had seen from the properties themselves. Now, I was told that the other property had a better view, but I wasn't able to see that one, so this was probably my favorite.
Okay, we are at one of the houses on the regular market here. I asked for one with like a view of the valley. And while I was up here, I was noticing these boxes here. There's 2, 3 on each house. Some of them are pretty old, some of them are newer. And apparently here in Sicily they have water accessible like every other day, every other 2 days, and so the houses have to have a system to reserve water for its intended use for the days where the water is not accessible. And it's understandable. Apparently that's kind of the thing here in Sicily, and everybody has become used to it enough that they have prepared systems for that. The house itself here has an older system for example, this terrace, but it has a newer system downstairs in the storage, in the garage space, in order to service the house.
And on to our sixth property of the day, our final property of the day. Quick note on this property, the gas line is near the building. You can see it on the bottom right now, but if you want gas to be in the house, you'll have to actually run the gas line the entire way through.
Metri quadri.
Sì, almeno sì, sì, 200 metri quadrati. Questa è la casa del pediatra.
Casa
Pediatra.
pediatra.
For the rest of this property tour, I mean, we've seen 5-6 properties now, all on the Superior Market in Mussomeli, and you now have a great idea of what properties could really serve you best. In a future video, where I'm going to tell you which property I would choose and what exactly I would do with it, whether I would remodel it myself or hire some other contractors to do it for me. It's been a lot of fun creating these videos, and I have to say I've been a little bit surprised by the great response I've had of people contacting me and asking me, saying thank you for making these videos and asking me for suggestions or advice or contact information for those people that I worked with in Mussomeli. So big thanks goes out to all of you that have expressed your thanks to me, and I really have enjoyed making these videos. Again, like the video if you haven't done so already. If you have any interest in any of these properties, go ahead and visit the website that you can find in the description and contact the phone number that is presented there. They do speak English, and they speak English very well. So go ahead and share this video with anyone you want, and thanks. That's about it for today. Go ahead and finish the rest of this tour, and I'll see you in the next video. On the upper floor, there are 2 bedrooms and yet another bathroom. Plus, from the bathroom area, you can access the attic. We did open up a window here to see what kind of view we could get, which actually wasn't half bad.